In the form of the USA, but Korea know that they will be playing some solid volleyball. They're going to defend well. They're going to try and be smart in attack. And also getting some blocks, very useful. Great start for Korea. Park Yeon-jin with a great block. Feki in a bit of trouble. Drews has made an error. This is not the start the USA were looking for. Lee Dae-young once again. Nice dig by Poulter. Tries to hammer it off the block unsuccessfully. And it's an unforced error. Oh no, it's not, it's off the block from Korea, so that's a really good point from Kim Hee-jin. They're leading 3-0. Off the block and away. What a start this is for Korea. Stefano Lavarini can't quite believe it. With a straight face for the moment. No timeout called by the USA. It's not yet. And that's why Larson with the swing to the line. First point on the board for the USA. Larson will go back to serve.
Back to serve.
It's a net touch against the USA. Anyway, it didn't matter what Kim Hee-jin had done. Chiako Bugu soon to touch the net. So back to the serving line goes Pyo Seung-ju. She'll get an ace serve courtesy of the net. The sorry, not sorry. Not much you can do when that happens. USA then call the timeout. They really haven't got going. Pyo Seung-ju to serve again. I think he's given an overpass here. Good up by Larson. It's a bit tight, but Drews has overcooked it. Over-rotated on that swing to the line and completely missed it. She gets out, comes in. Unfortunately, it's hit around the ball. Good ball in from Feki. And that's what the USA can do. Chiaka Obugu with the put away.
USA.
Little swing for her. Let's see through the ref cam. Speed of play from Korea, too deceptive. Into the technical timeout, massive lead for Korea.
All right, guys, here's your chance to get on the camera, on the video board with the kiss cam. Some of these girls up there, let's put one on the cheek or lips. It's a kiss cam.
Making sure we're there we go. Taking our same angles, making our same sets. Tons of interest on the quick, so when we have a good pass, we got some things open up the kiss cam.
Quite the start that no one was expecting for the USA. The current Volleyball Nations League champions. A team that's good Olympic pedigree, a couple of silver medals. Also world champions back in 2014 in Italy when they beat China in a fantastic game. However, saying that, Kashkarai has put out a weaker team for the start of this set. Hasn't worked out too well for him at the moment. Kelsey Robertson's still on the bench. Carly Lloyd is still on the bench. Tori Dixon is still on the bench. So players he can go to if he needs to, if his team that are on court can't get themselves out of the trouble that they have brought. And that's a decent swing from Drews, a confidence builder for her. Drews with a super spike. Not quite as comfortable as we might think. One thing is for sure though, Kashkarai does keep a pretty calm demeanour about him, but he can lose it. Doesn't happen very often. When it does, it doesn't last for very long. But you know as a player, if he's not happy. Good touch. That's the captain for Korea. Trying to press and stop the ball, but touches the net instead. Back to serve. Wasn't playing in week 2. She took a week off because she went and got married. Back with the squad. Very much a player who is part of the building process for the USA. Just coming into the squad after completing her college. And will be off to play in Europe, no doubt, as yet unsigned. Good touch. That's well played from Drews. Dixon a gone on the slide behind Drews, coming just inside. A feature of women's volley we don't see in the men's game, because the men would hit a short ball behind the setter and the 10 would be hit slightly wider towards the antenna. Serving is a problem for the USA at the moment. Fortunately for the USA, still a long way to go in this set, this race to 25. As long as their side-out game is holding. And it isn't holding. As Korea now take another point from service. Good swing on the pipe by Kim Yeon-kung. Another timeout called by the USA. They've already used their 2 timeouts in this set. They'll have none left. Two very different conversations going on. Stefano Lavarini saying defense is good, we've got to attack better. For the USA, Coach Kirai saying we can write a new chapter right now, a new story from this point, as long as we concentrate on a good first pass and second touch, so that we can start running our attacks. If you don't hit the ball, you don't put it on the floor, Korea can get their hands on just about everything, and they're doing really well in the block. Oh, good dig. Oh dear. Well, there'll be a double touch against the setter, Lee Dae-yong. Once again, Korea showing the USA just how difficult it is going to be for the USA to put the ball on the floor. Jordan Poulter with the serve. Well, that's a good serve. Just what the USA needed. That ball going in between Pyo Seong-ju and Kim Yeon-kun. It's an ace for her, putting it into the corridor of uncertainty between the two players. Who's got it? You, me? Nobody. Poulter again. Larson does the right thing, just keeps it in play. Korea come up with an excellent play. The USA flooded the middle, but the wing defenders didn't come up and in too deep, and therefore that play is likely to score points. Good work that time from Larson. Rattling around the block. Drews had her eye on it, but just couldn't bring it back into play. Pyo Seong-ju will serve, having won that last point for her team. Excellent work by Korea to keep the ball alive. Good covering by Poulter. Oh, that's a brilliant pickup. And again, ball stays in play. Better chance maybe for the US. Drews hammers it to the baseline. USA take the point. It's a mega rally. It's one that the USA have won. It's a great covering by Poulter. Gets herself in a good spot to have a swing straight over the top of the block. Bogo to serve. That means Titori Dixon's now into the front row, number 6 for the USA. Calm for the moment. Coach Kirai, as his team have given Korea a big lead. It's always tough to get that back, but they have the capability of doing it. Good touch by Feki. Drews is struggling against this Korean block. They've got the better of her more times than she's got the better of them. Monster block to take us into the second technical timeout. Kim Yeon-kun dropping her hands into the cross court to deny Drews.
Number 10 is up, okay. So we're outside hand on her, don't forget, but she shows earlier Rick. After timeout, sometimes they like to run Rick with number 10. See her approach, take care of it. We had a couple of lineups with number 4.
words from Lucas Slabe, the Slovenian, who's an assistant coach for the USA.
Instead of what we said, she's playing much more long distance, much more than what...
Well, Drew's been a bit hit and miss at the moment. She's had a couple of absolute corkers, and then a few where she's missed the court completely. Hasn't quite found her rhythm. Still a very exciting player. When she gets it right, very difficult to stop. Still a player that is trying to sort of break in to be one of the starting players for the USA team. It's Courtney Drews. 26 years of age. Dixon coming up with a good play. That's where the USA will prove very difficult to stop if they can get a good pass in. Strength of the net. Poulter making sure that didn't come back over. Trouble here for Korea. Great work from Feki on the pipe. USA getting some momentum now, getting some points. Creeping back into this set.
We have a timeout by Korea as they still lead 17-12. It is 7-1.
Really good shot that from Feki. And it's Korea who called a timeout.
Doing this, because if you do this, you take balls that are going out, and if the ball at the last moment falls down, you take point on this ball. So keep being at your eyes, and then take care about the ball. Don't worry, that ball was out, but okay. What are we doing?
Stay in play. But that won't. Lovely blocking from Korea once again.
Well, still got a point there for ball going to Korea. Give me Young on the block for Korea.
Kim Hee-jin gets turned by the ball. So the USA will take the point. Nicely played off the block and away. Good touch. No double touch on the first contact, so it's okay. And unfortunately for Pyo Seung-ju, she doesn't get it off the block and out. However, Stefano Lavarini wants to have a little look at that and just make sure.
There is a touch off the block.
What do you think, Jacob?
That's going to be an impossible angle for us. That doesn't help. Oh, it's caught a finger though, isn't it? There is a little touch there. It's a good challenge from Korea. It is off the block. They have the point. Ball in, but a little bit too close to the net, so Courtney decides to go over on two. Kim Hee-jin gets shut down. It's a monster block for the USA. Thompson waiting for it. Enough on that one to see it go wide on the sideline. This set is not one that the USA are going to win, realistically speaking, but one in which they can try to build some momentum to take forward into the second. Korea just need 4 points to get this one done. And they keep getting the ball into transition. Oh, that was a really good set, but good defending by Feki. Free ball here for Korea. Unfortunately, the free ball in was a little too tight to the net. Lee Dae-young deciding to go on the pipe, but it was where the USA were waiting. Gubu didn't have to move at all once it goes over and she gets set. Middle was run to where she was, and the pipe was run to where she was. She just had to jump straight up to make the block. Free ball for the USA. 3 front court attackers plus the pipe. Good covering by Larson. Oh, that was nice. That is where the USA definitely have an advantage and a mismatch over Korea, is through the middle. With their height, contact and speed, Korea are unable to deal with that. Tidy swing from Pyo Seung-ju. Covering away again from Larson. Oh, good up. Oohs and ahs from around the Pinnacle Bank Arena as this rally still continues. Oh, brilliant. Everybody has had a touch on this ball now in this rally. And the final touch, the meaningful touch, goes to Feki. She makes the block. Lined that up brilliantly with Obugu. 36 seconds pretty much. Energy sapping rally which the USA take. Or did they? No, they didn't, because it was blocked out of court. So all that effort for nothing for the USA. Korea now just need 2 points to take this set. Side out achieved. Jin with nowhere to go. As, the USA put up a solid block, a monster block. Oh, it's another one. Now things are getting interesting. Surprisingly, Korea have called a timeout. They only need a side out to give them a set point.
Okay, Jin, pay attention because you are every time giving the ends like this. Even if you are late, it's much better that you try to go over and you let a little hole in the middle of the court where Pio high ball,
Stefano Lavarini talking about blocking in the hand position. Doesn't want the players to chase laterally and try and reach to a ball to the left. He wants them to, wherever they get to go straight across the net in front of them. And he doesn't mind if there's a gap between one blocker and another because the defender behind in the backcourt can fill that space. Stay in play. Drews, though, has not had a good first set. And it's now set point for Korea. Kang So-hui coming in to serve. And Park Young-jin goes to the bench. It's an unforced error from the USA, and the set is wrapped up. Korea take it. And it was a set in which the USA failed to get going. 25-19 for Korea. First set in the bag.
From Adidas, gear from Malta, Active Ankle, and Vert, and exclusive USA Volleyball branded merchandise. Safe and easy shopping 24/7. Free shipping, exchanges, and returns in the USA.
Too many errors from the USA, 7 in all, and only 1 error from Korea. It was the tail of that first set. However, the USA did get going towards the end of it, so some alarm bells potentially for Korea, but all the damage was done in the points that they amassed up to the first technical timeout. There was no real way in which the USA could get back into the set. But now they're warmed up and ready to play. It could be a very different second set. Interesting to see whether or not Kashkarai keeps the same 6 on or he makes any changes. Has opportunities and options to do so. But if the USA get their passing unit working, get that going, then it can be very difficult for Korea. Time then to have a look at the highlights from the first set. Here are the stats from that first set, and it's all about those errors. And everything else was the same. 6 points was the difference, and it was those extra 6 unforced errors from the USA, gifting Korea the point. They need to cut those out, need to make sure that doesn't happen. Karch Kirai likely to stick with the same team and give them an opportunity to redeem themselves. One thing we didn't see was the double substitution that we see quite a lot in women's volleyball. There was an opportunity for Carly Lloyd to come in and potentially Jordan Thompson to keep the setter in the back row. We might see that in the second set. It was all Korea in the first, particularly in that race to the first technical timeout. Drews keeps her place on court for the moment. Second referee just checking the rotations are correct so that the libros can come in, and once he's happy, signal to the first referee, and then we'll get the second set underway. Second referee just checking who the captain on court is. It's player number 2. So we are ready to go. Second set underway. USA with the serve. Number 10 has gone off for Korea, the captain, which is why he was asking who the captain on court is. That's the start that the USA wanted. So Pyo Seung-ju is the captain on court. It's a super spike for Drews. She's just happy she's got one in, given the way she played the first set. An interesting tactic by Korea to take off Kim Young-kun. On in her place is Kang So-wee through the outside. 15. It's a good shot from Kim Hee-jin. Kang So-wee back to the serving line. Touch. Oh, great dig. What a well-worked point that is by Korea. Classic Korea in terms of how they play. Just soaking up the pressure from the other team, and Oh Ji-young made some excellent digs. And in the end, they worked the block to get the point. What a swing that was. Brilliant. Put away by Abuga through the middle. No chance at all. 2.90 meters, the net's 2.24. Way above the block. Somehow that stayed in play. Korea aren't happy. They think that this ball was touched by the USA on their side of the net. Doesn't matter if you hit your hand, that doesn't matter. What you can't do is touch the ball. In fact, it's an error by Korea because the setter is in the back row, Lee Dae-young, and she's gone over to play the ball on the side of the USA. So it would be an attacking fault. They'll Laverini saying that it should have been a point for Korea. It can get a bit complicated at times, but the basis of it is, for those of you that are new to the sport, the setter, who's in the back row, wants to go in and play the ball. They can do so, but they mustn't play the ball above the height of the net if they're inside the 3-meter line and play it over into the opponent's side. That would be an illegal attack. And what De Jong had done is she jumped up to try and play it, and she played it above the height of the net, and it was deemed to be on the side of the USA, so it was called for as an illegal attack. But because her hand got hit by the opposition, she was saying it should be a fault against her because they hit her hand. But that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter if someone hits your hand.
But if Pio have one ball like here, that the only thing that she can do is letting the ball in the middle of the court, that ball must become an attack. A mistake in attack because of timing. If you want to go outside from the block in the cross court, you must anticipate. If you aim the ball, the pass is to play block out inside.
Doesn't get a great deal of time, Laverini, to say what he wants to say. Has to condense it down. He kept that to 3 pieces of information, which is plenty. Any given situation, particularly in sport, 3 pieces of information is probably 1 too many in terms of retaining that and doing something with it. Again, it's an error, so Lee De-Jong has jumped up to play the ball. It's above the height of the net. It's going over to the USA side, and she's brought it back. She's not allowed to do that because she's a back row player, and even if she'd been on the front row to do that, it would have been an illegal attack because she's brought it back onto her side. So an ace serve for Larson. The USA now, well, look at that, 7-2. That's what we were expecting in the first set. Wonder whether or not... Oh, it's another one. I was... If you're sat watching at home, don't adjust your set. That is not a replay. It's another ace serve in exactly the same spot, and the player doing exactly the same thing. Pyo Seung-ju getting out of the way again. It lands in again. Into the technical timeout. And the USA have got a massive lead. Really good point made by Laverini, saying if that ball is on you and you're going back, it's a bit like Japanese samurai. They attack you, you come in and you just duck back, you're going to get hit by the sword. The way to get out of the way is you have to step to the side, and the same thing he's saying, don't let the ball get on you. If you go back with the ball, it's on you, you're going to be in trouble. You have to step to the side of the ball, and then by doing that, you'll create some space that you can then play the ball back in with. So we'll see whether or not that happens. Larson with the serve, looking for her 3rd ace. Not quite. Good leave that time by Ji-young. Park Young-jin with the serve. Having this lead now just makes things that much more comfortable for the USA. So when things aren't quite going well, the confidence is there to use the block to play shots. There's no pressure now on the States with this big lead they have. They can start to build on it and start to enjoy. And Korea not helping themselves. Pyo Seung-ju with an error. Doesn't find the block. Looking to go off the block and out. That didn't happen. So the captain on court's now been replaced by Jeong Ji-yoon. New captain on court now. And the reason you have to have a captain on court is because that's the only person who's allowed to talk to the referee. Good serve. So we beaten by that one. 4 ace serves now for the USA, all in this set. The serve that puts Korea under pressure. Big swing from Drews. It's such a difference to your game when things are going well, everyone's full of confidence. Makes the game that much more easier. 5 points now for Drew in the game so far. Timeout called by Korea.
There are some things that are not under control, and something that is under control. Easy eyeball in 6-1 is for her to defend. We don't have to try to touch her. Remain precise. Larson was serving strong. Okay, but now the serving is here. Here, easy.
Really difficult for the translator, because the one thing that's happened is Lavarini says what he wants to say in English. Whilst that's then being translated into Korean, he's off saying the next thing in English, so the translator's got to be talking in Korean whilst listening to Lavarini then say the next thing in English and getting ready to translate that all within the 30 seconds you get within the timeout. You'd want that job. Covering. It's off the block and away. There's a whole other issue as well for Lavarini. It's a very different style of volleyball, Asian volleyball, to that is used in the USA, South America and across Europe. It's a different culture. And all of those things have to be not overcome, but understood, got used to. As well for the Korean team to understand and be used to Lavarini's style of coaching. These things take a little bit of time. Took over in 2018, Lavarini's not been in charge that long, so still really finding each other out in terms of national team and coach. Oh, that's a good serve. This is where the jump float serve is so effective in the women's game, because the ball's coming on a flat line. There's no parabola, in other words, there's no arc on the ball. And at this level, any arc on the ball, the players know exactly where it's going to land. When it comes at you on a flat line, it's really difficult to know where it's going to land and what it's going to do. Now, another substitution. Kang So-wee has gone to the bench. And in comes Choi Eun-ji. So all the middle hitters, all the outside hitters have now been used for Korea. They are struggling to deal with the weight of serve from the USA, and more trouble here. It'll be free ball for the United States. But Korea do really well to get the ball, hustle in defence, get it into transition again and get their point, courtesy of the net touch from the USA. covering. It's a little bit too tight. That'll be Korea's ball because Poulter has played it on the side of the net of Korea. You have to play the ball on your side of the net. The only time you can play the ball in your opponent's court is when you're blocking and they are attacking. It doesn't have to be the third shot, but they have to be attacking the ball, and then you can reach across the net and try and block it. Otherwise, everything's got to be played on your own side. Good up. Becky getting in on the action, wiping that off of the block of Lee Dae-jung. A sliding pancake pickup by Oh Ji-young, but all in vain in the end. Becky now with the serve. Courtney unable to do the same as Oh Ji-young. So Korea take the point. Lee Ju-ah with the serve. That's well watched by Poulter. Oh dear. Double touch, and in part because Lee Dae-jung was chasing the ball to the baseline. Didn't get there early enough as we go into the second technical timeout, and then she was trying to set the ball and turn to her target all at the same time. And made a double contact in so doing. Thompson, always quiet, always contemplating, known as the governor amongst her teammates. 5 points so far for her, 2 attack points, 2 serving aces and a block, and that's what you want from your outside hitters. It's not just all about the attack. They are the most skillful players on the court because they have to be able to pass, to hit, to block, to defend, and also to be able to set the ball as well when on occasion, and be as good with those sets as your regular setter. The only thing that they don't do is set a quick ball effectively, really. They do everything else. It's Tori Dixon. 6 points for her. Her main role is to block and to hit. Generally expect her to get serves in, although she hasn't been able to do that yet in this match. And certainly not there for defending ability. The role of the libero now completely changed the role of the middle blockers in international volleyball, and world volleyball for that matter, where liberos are used, because they don't have to be specialist defenders anymore. They'll be serving, they might come on and stand at 5, and if they make a dig, great, but it's not really their primary role. It's blocking and hitting. Good intention from Lee Dae-jung, trying to put that over short in the 3-meter line to position 2. That would have caused some issues for the USA. Pleased that it didn't come over. Well, that was a basketball play, really, wasn't it? A big slam dunk by Abugu. Korea are challenging this, thinking that she may have touched the net. She's like, no chance. I think Lavrini's more upset the fact the ball was still on the side of Korea. So we're going to see whether or not there was a net touch.
We want to look at the time.
Stoic looking Shkarai never gives anything away.
It's okay, coach.
Everyone looking up to the big screen. Don't want to look for too long, they might get a kick.
Okay, show it. Let's go. He wants to look at time.
This might well be mission impossible here for Korea on this challenge. Indeed it is. This was just calling a timeout just to slow things down effectively. That's what the review has been used for, to try and take the impetus out of what the USA are doing. All within the rules. With the serve from the University of Illinois. And she's just got herself an ace. Took the gold medal at the European Global Challenge event in 2015 with the US Women's Junior National Team, did Poulter. That's a net touch there, was it? Maybe not. Certainly no challenge coming from Korea, and it's too late to call that now. You can challenge in a rally on something you've seen, but it has to happen in the rally. Once the whistle goes, you can only challenge the last play, and Korea will take the point, despite the best efforts of the USA to keep the rally alive. It's a mega rally. Slightly scrappy mega rally because no one had full control of the ball. Some good touches, some instinctive reactions. It's a very good pickup from Poulter. Comfortably out. Just wonder whether or not Kim Young-kung has picked up a slight injury. She did go through the net in the first set. Whether she's landed awkwardly or something, or just not quite up to match speed yet for her not to be on court. Particularly given the circumstances that Korea find themselves in here. After winning the first set as comfortably as they did with the captain on the court, Kim Young-kung. We haven't seen her since. Korea getting to run their middle. To great effect. Lee Chua putting it on the floor. USA will be a little disappointed though because the set to her was from a long way off the net. Weren't able to stop it. Kim Hee-jin now. 5 points for her so far in this match. Touch. Not much else Feki could do with that. That's a good touch from Courtney. Free ball now for Korea. And they take the point. Excellent work from Lee Jua. Drews was a little bit anxious, didn't know whether she was to play that ball or not on the third touch. It's a good touch from Feki. Hye-jin will serve again. Such is this lead for the USA. There's no real danger of Korea taking the set, but there is a danger, though, that they can get a momentum. They could take forwards into the next, but they won't be doing it with a serve like that. Drews with one serve ace already in the match. Unfortunately for Jeong Ji-yoon, it's an error. A 10-point lead now for the USA. A bit of indecision then between Feki and Tottori Dixon. De-young comes up with the point. She's surprised she got it. Jeong Ji-yoon to serve. Easy lead for the USA. It brings up set point now for them. Unable to capitalise, but now a whole hatful of opportunities to side out and take the set. Hye-jin has come in, serving substitute. What a time to come in. Leads you are to the bench. Hye-jin not been on court yet in this match, and then asked to come in and serve at 15-24 down. First time of asking, Larson puts the ball on the floor. USA take the set 25-15. It is 1-1 here in Nebraska.
One set piece with Korea. All right, volleyball fans, we've got hyper hitting and over the top Olivia. Looking who gets some volleyball.
Well, that was more like it for the USA. It's a scoreline that many were expecting to have seen in the first set. The big difference in that set was the fact that Korea made 12 errors. USA only made 5. Stark contrast to the 1 error that Korea made in the first set. Korea's faith in the team that lost the first set was rewarded with an excellent second set performance. Everybody getting in on the action. 6 serving aces in all. Really good performance from that serving line from the USA. Really took the game to Korea, who then struggled to deal with it. We can have a look at the highlights from the second set. So here are the stats, and as mentioned, 11 errors for Korea, and you can't compete with that. Add in 5 serving aces for the USA, and it was just one-way traffic pretty much. I guess the question we all want to know is, as we look at some of the arty shots, is what's happened to Kim Young-kun. Why was she not playing in that second set? Nothing to suggest that she was injured. Certainly nothing visible. Nothing happened in the game. Unless she's come in either with a slight injury that hasn't got any better, or whether or not she's just not up to match speed after missing the first couple of weeks, after having a very long domestic season playing Champions League volleyball in Europe with Sasabashi Istanbul. Still no place for her on court. Kang So-wee starts as the preferred outside hitter. No sign of the captain in the picture. He's going to be coming on court. To the fans. Just the start that the USA wanted. Larson with the serve. Poulter holding her ground, trying to get her hips under, but it just slid off the arm and went away. When you're playing defense, the idea is to not swing your arms at the ball. It's already got enough pace on it when it comes to you. You keep your arms still, but you just move your body, move your hips under the ball, and that changes your arm position. And you can still take the energy out of the ball and make a dig. Send it ideally high to the middle of court. Unfortunately, it's a double touch for Park Hyun-jin. She's trying to set the ball behind her head. Day at the office so far for Abuga with 6 points through the middle. That's a good dig from Poulter. Drew's just lacking in variety at the moment on that ball out wide. It's hit, hit, hit and hit again. Haven't seen her change her rhythm, come in early and hit late, or come in a bit late, hit quickly, try and roll a shot. Now, Korea's block have got the better of Andrea Drews. Another point for Korea, another error from Drews. A couple of factors could be, one, just not the set she's used to, but it doesn't matter. As a hitter, you have to hit whatever's in front of you, or deal with whatever's in front of you. So try and get into a good position, get your timing steps. You can then go after a quicker ball or a slower ball. Good touch. Well, that's more like it. Didn't try and hammer it, just rolled it deep to the corner. Hardest hit, but it was a smart hit. Nice high contact over the block to position one. 7 points she's scored so far, Andrea Drews. Doesn't tell the whole picture though. In terms of the opponent errors, 14 points that Korea have been given. There's a fair few that have come from Drews. So in terms of overall efficiency, take all of your attack points, block points and serve points, minus off your errors. So there's another error for Drews, and then see where you're at, what your plus or minus figure is. And then you know how effective you've been, coaches know how effective you've been, and then they go even further than that, because they then look at your efficiency in the rotations and your positions around the court as well. ace serve for Korea. This has got a look of a set that could be much closer. Not as easy to decide which way it's going to go. Kim Hee-jin with the serve. Korea with a 2-point lead. Nice play by Kang So-wee. He just uses the block. That's classic Korean volleyball. Same as Japan volleyball and Thailand volleyball to a degree. China not so much, because they're the country that are able to produce tall, hard, high jumping hitters like the rest of the world can in Europe and South America and in the US. But for Japan and Thailand and Korea, it's all about making the dig and then using the opposition block where they can to wipe off and go in between. The number of digs Korea made is just incredible. Again, nice swing high into the block so it can be recycled. Good touches in the block. Not trying to make kill blocks, but just trying to slow the ball down. This time, though, the USA should put it away. Oh, they're not going to. Oh. Well, incredibly, it's been called as a carry against Oh Ji-young. I think that was harsh, because that was a spectacular pickup. It's a mega rally. It's a long rally, that's for sure. 36 seconds. Both defences doing their job, slowing the ball down. In the end, a carry called against the libero for Korea. USA take the point. Still 2 behind. Nice dig. Nice swing from Drews, got that in between the 2 blockers, used the seam of the block. That gap between the blockers is called a seam. Thinking just a little too much on it. An easy lead for Korea. Kang So-wee just having a little look to see where she's going to be putting the ball. Gallops in. The net wasn't one of the options she wanted. There's a unique run-up to serve the ball, does Kang So-wee. Most players just run in and take off. She kind of gallops in. USA playing Korea at their own game, slowing the ball down, getting into transition, and then Larson getting the ball off the block and away from where Korea were defending. All square. Next point 1 will take us to the technical timeout. Korea will have the lead. Pyo Seung-ju gets the ball off the block and away. As we reach our first technical timeout. If you want to get involved on social media, you can do hashtag VNL. At FIVB Volleyball, hashtag be part of the game.
We're still 2 on Oppo being front row, and again, if they're running in row 4, 5, and 6, don't get stuck in it. You get that one choice. Either slide or DJ
appreciates the suggestions.
of the matches are on the FIVB Volleyball TV. It's on the app that you can download. Oh, that's a good swing. Or is it? Yes, it is. Landed in. We were saying it had gone out, but they're going to challenge it. The thing is that you don't see in real time as the ball bounces and comes up, but it actually compresses down onto the line. And what Hawkeye can do is it sees that compression because it's got cameras at 250 odd frames per second. It can see every action and sees the ball as it compresses down, and that compression is what can catch the line. Well, it's compressed down inside the line. It was comfortably.
Unsuccessful point remains with the USA.
We get an animation because the real-time cameras that are capturing it all compress it, turn it into an animation. And it's incredible because there have been challenge systems around which show you a video and show you a still of the ball on the floor, and you would not believe the number of times that the coaches have then disagreed with what they're looking at. Yet when you get the animation, no one says a word. Well, there, that's going to be a bit painful. Larsson's just rattled that right off the head of Kim Hee-jin. He's apologised. That's just hit Kim Hee-jin around about 60 miles an hour. Less than a foot. Nice quick hits from Park Hyun-jin. Evenly balanced third set between both teams. Swing before Mabugu can get her hands across the net. Smart hitting's the way forward, certainly for Drews. It's a smart play. Oh, that's lovely. Lee Dae-jung jumped, waited, and then a really quick shoot ball to the middle, the ball leaving her hands twice as quick as it came in. And it needed to be able to find Park Hyun-jin. It's now Park Hyun-jin will serve. That one has hit the floor. Half volley is not allowed. Interesting swing action from Feki. He almost appears to stop on contact. She's kind of serving it in, as opposed to hitting right through the ball. If you imagine, now when you're going to spike the ball, if you imagine, you can see the ball in front of you, but the ball you actually want to hit is an imaginary one in front of the ball you can see. And if you're thinking that means you're going to hit right through the ball and get good contact and a good wrap on it to make it go in play, to go where you want it to. Not like in serving where sometimes you can stop on the ball and you keep a stiff wrist when you're serving. When you're attacking the ball, you have a loose wrist so you can wrap your hand around the ball. And you'll see that with the players hitting jump float serves. What's the difference in the hand contact as opposed to when they're spiking the ball? Kim Hee-jin has the ability to also put a jump serve in. That's a nice swing from Feki. Super spike from her. Plenty of support for her. Just graduated from the University of Nebraska. Korea want to touch, they've seen it.
Video challenge Korea.
Challenge coming.
Okay, show it. Yes, Jolly scored it, was touched before he goes to Korea.
Nice addition of the white circle, actually pinpointing where the touch is.
Korea successful as they get the point to go up 13-12.
Okay, so we getting ready to serve. That's off the block and away. Nice swing from Larson.
Larson, point USA.
Tori Dixon's been playing her volleyball in China for the Beijing Baek Motor Volleyball Club. She's from Burnsville, Minnesota. Went to the University of Minnesota. Not playing in the Olympic Games, played in the World Championships, and has played in just about every other tournament going. Move her feet in time to Tori Dixon. Korea will take the points. Dixon goes off. Courtney comes in to replace her. The one thing about women's volleyball in the USA, it's so popular, associated to all the universities. NCAA Division 1, Division 2, providing all the top talent. Now as well, you can have agreements in principle for players to go to university in the States from as young as 13. Verbal agreement, that's how much competition there is now. And the opportunity to have a free ride, to have a full scholarship and go and play volleyball at university in the States, it's huge. Bearing in mind how much it can cost to go to the university in the United States. Some of them upwards of $60,000 a year. Ball square. The only thing separating the teams right now is the net. But we are going to be heading into the second technical timeout. It was Korea who had the lead at the first one, 8-7. And it's Korea who have the lead at the second, 16-15.
Point going to Korea as we go to our second technical timeout, with Korea leading 16-15. All right, fans, it's time for our dance anthem. When you see yourself on the video board, get on to show us your latest moves. Show us what your mama gave you. There we go.
They cover the first one, we're stuffing the second one. Here we go.
We've had the 2 dress rehearsals, the race to 8, the race to 16, and now it's the real deal, the race to 25. 3 very different sets of volleyball we've seen. Korea running away with the first, USA running away with the second, and neither able to get away from each other here in the third. USA level things up again. Lavarini just not happy with the blocking of his team. You see him putting one hand over the other. He wants them to go across. He wants them to reach as far into USA's court as possible. He doesn't want them reaching up because that's where they're getting wiped off. But it's a feature of Korean blocking because they're not as tall as their opponents. They're going a little bit later, trying to get those touches to slow the ball down, as opposed to trying getting a right across the net because the USA could go over the top of them. As demonstrated by Kim Hee-jin. Thompson's come onto court for the USA, number 12. An opposite hitter. That's off the block and away. So Korea now open up a 2-point lead. Drews has gone to the bench for the USA. USA call the timeout. It's looking good for Korea now in this set.
Reset our pattern after we get this side out. Look, we got to be hungry to force ourselves on them.
Pin to pin game. Strong nose over here. As soon as you see middle blocker, not approaching, not in your zone, make strong move, okay? Over there, make sure we're sealing that zone 6 with number 4. Let's go.
Big point this for the USA. They want to side out, get back to within 1. Certainly won't want Korea to go 3 ahead. Park Yeon-jin yet to have any service aces. And that's partly the reason why. That's a gift for the USA. Thompson with her first serve of the match. Good up from Holter. Good touch from Courtney. Fecki with a bit of work to do. It's another great swing. The USA not taking away the cross-court angle on Kim Hee-jin. The outside blocker, the wing blockers, are the players that line up the block for the middle to come in and join up with them. And on that time, Fecki's gone too wide, which opened up the angle for Kim Hee-jin to hit cross-court again. Kim Hee-jin, the leading scorer for Korea. That's okay. Courtney's front row. She's allowed to play the ball over. Korea didn't pay attention to her, expecting her to make a set for a third hit to come. That didn't happen. Great serve from Fecki. USA have levelled up. That's a good time to get an ace. It's a really good serve as well, going for the sideline. Korea call a timeout.
Perfect pass and then ready to attack.
Stefano Lavarini just showing some of the attacking options. He was drawing on the pad, which is outlined with a volleyball court on it, just showing it's a perfect pass and then run their attacking options. And it was just showing some of those options as to who's going to run where. It's another good serve from Feki. The block does its job of slowing the ball down. And then it's a net touch against Korea. Dixon makes sure of it by putting the ball on the floor anyway. And the USA now have the lead.
Substitution for Korea, checking in number 22, Thompson for number 19. Timeout also number 6.
Jeong Ji-yoon has come in for Lee Dae-young. And Hee-jin has come in. This is to put the setter into the back row, make it a little easier for Korea to try and get side out. They've got 3 front court attackers. Doesn't look like it's worked just yet, but they have a free ball now. That's good covering. Chase is on, but it won't come back, so Korea get their side out. That was an important point for Korea. Big moment for An Hee-jin, just coming in as the second setter, not set a ball in the match. Showing that she was up to match speed and ready to play. So he wants to serve, now has the opportunity to do so. Good touch from Sohee. And a great block out by Pyo Seung-ju. Korea now edge in front. Great all-round play from Korea. That's a big swing from Thompson. That's a seriously good spike, a super spike from her. Gets dug. And Korea take the point. That's a let-off for the USA. Referee saying there was nothing wrong with that, and that Korea were about to be playing it over the net in an attacking way, which enabled the USA to put the hands across the net and block it. And a timeout's been called by Korea. USA have got their noses in front now in this set. Slightly controversial way, but it's been called. USA have the point.
Now is the moment that they are not serving really strong. Final on the set. Don't serve. Fear to make mistakes. I don't care if we lose the set. I just want to you that try to win. Fine, go.
Just wonder whether or not she actually said to the team, to the translator, that the coach doesn't mind if you lose this set. That's all that going across. He might not get the whole story. What he was saying is it doesn't matter if you lose, he just wants to see what they're doing, making sure they're working on the things that he's asked them to. With the serve. Oh, it's a massive hit from Thompson. What a great serve from Polto. It wasn't an ace, but it was the next best thing. It brought about the overpass that she put away. It's now set point for the USA, but not before Korea made a couple of changes. The double substitution reversed. Lee Dae-young back in, Kim Hee-jin back in. It's an unforced error, is it? Will there be a challenge? There may not be. And indeed there isn't. It is an error from Korea. The USA take the set 25-22. They lead Korea by 2-1. Well, that was more like it, and a much better test for the USA in that set. It was 1 point in it in the first technical, 1 point in it in the second technical, and then a couple of good plays right at the end to help them turn it around in their favour. As far as Korea are concerned, they weren't able to take advantage of the opportunities that they had. Interesting to see now how the fourth set will pan out. Whether or not the USA can get a bright start, do what they did in set 2, or whether we'll get another one of these very close sets. Certainly Korea, well, it's a must-win set for them now. They have to take it, otherwise they'll lose the match. If they take the next set, then we'll have a race to 15, the deciding set, the tiebreaker. All ifs and buts though at the moment. Right now, USA in the driving seat, having lost the first set 19-25, came back, won the second set 25-15, just taken the last one 25-22. It's looking good for the home side. Here are the highlights from that last set. So this is where the USA have been spiking the ball. ones didn't come back, the red ones did. Normally you'd expect to see on the left side a little bit more like we're seeing with Korea, but the USA was mostly on the right and through the middle, so some good setting from Poulter. Thompson keeps her place on court after her performance in that last set, so it's a good reward for her. Kim Hee-jin will start. No place on court still for Kim Yeon-kung. Kang So-mi, the outside hitter, to go with Pyo Seong-ju. Making sure everyone's where they should be. USA are sorted because Courtney Libero is on. Now Korea also organised. So Oh Ji-young is on, so that means we should get this set underway. Poulter with the serve. First point to Korea. USA lead 2-1. One away from an opening week 3 victory at home. It's a 16-team tournament, the Volleyball Nations League, and it's a round robin, so 15 matches played, and then the top 6 will go to the finals in China, provided China are in the top 6, otherwise it'll be the top 5 plus China. Touch from Feki. Oh, that's a massive hit from Thompson. It is indeed a super spike. Thompson touches 3.20 meters in spike, so that's 96 centimeters above the height of the net, nearly a meter above it. She hit the ball at the top of her jump. A serve for the USA. Aces now for the US. Parsons. Four. Touch. It's been deemed to be 4 touches, so they're going to challenge that. This is one of the interesting outcomes of having the challenge system, and one of the developments. It wasn't something you could challenge 4 touches, but it soon became one that the coaches wanted and was available to do so. And the reason is because what the system has found out is that 9 times out of 10, about 90% of the time, the ball that's hitting the block, and it's deemed not to have touched the block because it's just hit the net, actually has hit the block. So unless the ball is nowhere near the block and it's hit the net, as in to the left or right of the block, the chances are that this is going to hit the net and hit somebody's arms. So it's going to be the 1 in 10 where it doesn't. Yep, it's the block. Which is why you'd think there'll be a directive to the referees to say, just don't call any 4 touches anymore. Don't bother. Let the team that think they haven't touched it challenge. And that way we would have less challenges. The whole point of the Hawkeye system is that we get the right results, but we don't want the game continually interrupted with challenges if we can help it. Dig. Touch again from Larson. She's prowling deep at 6 and getting all those touches off the block. And Unfortunately, that time Courtney was still trying to get to position. She was fighting to get into position instead of playing from where she was. Have a look at number 17. Still moving laterally. When you're playing defense, once the ball has been set and it's not gone to the middle, you've got the flight of the ball until the spiker jumps for you to make any adjustments. Once the spiker jumps, you have to play from where you are. Oh, that's a great swing from Thompson. Makes you wonder why she wasn't starting.
Sizzling it out the right side.
Unstoppable at the moment is Thompson. Went to the University of Cincinnati. In the 2018 American Volleyball Coaches Association All-America third team player. So 2 other teams in which got nominations. So that shows you the strength and depth of women's volleyball in the USA. Collegiate level, good touch. Good up from Kim Hee-jin. That's well read. Oh, lovely play. That's a super spike, and off the back of a mega rally as well. And lovely defending, considering the USA didn't have a libero on court. Back to old school volleyball in that way, with the middles having to play defense, and they played it brilliantly. Really with a great pickup halfway through that rally, nearly 30 seconds in length. That's a really good pickup. Allowed Feki then to get the ball across court. We're going to serve again. Ace serve for her. That's called a sorry, not sorry. It used to be when that first happened, everyone would hold their hand and go, I didn't mean it, sorry. But now, it's just part of the game. Oh, ace for the USA as well. That takes them up to 9 aces. Touch from Poulter. And Feki wraps it off the block. USA making their move now in this set. A 4-point lead. And a timeout called by Korea.
That fight was not bad. Was not bad. And she attacked quite strong, but the ball is here. And he's not enough. She attacked strong, but he's not enough. If the ball is here, is enough. So we must try to find something different solution for attacking, because we are attacking. All the balls here, she has giving everything. So we must try. Defend, or sometimes one needs to change. It's always the same shot. Go.
A lot of work for Korea to do at the moment. 4 points behind. First and foremost, they need to side out, get off of this rotation. It's off the block and away, so that job's done. Lee Juan was on a slide behind. Touch from Poulter. It's a great pickup by Kim Hee-jin. Oh, nosely done. Dixon and Thompson with a really well-disciplined block.
Thompson back to serve for the United States.
almost worked. Feki getting in to help out. Jin hitting it quick enough that Feki's block wasn't finished. So Korea take the point. Into the first technical timeout, USA with a big lead. Not looking good for Korea at the moment.
We keep going, we keep moving. You need to keep up. The spice, the teamwork, the passion, the strength, the heights, the reach, the reactions.
Enter to serve a ball close to the net like this. The ball go out, no problem. So remember what we said, so now is the moment to change something with the attack. When we have the quick ball that we can enter fast, okay. Now, and then they're attacking much more with the opposite. With the opposite, it's always left hand on the ball.
All smiles at the moment for the USA. It's all going to plan. Despite that hiccup in the first set. They are on course for victory. Lead by 4 points in this fourth set. Quite work for Feki. Always looks so serious, as Coach Kirai. Just wondered if he was going to snap, but he kept it together. He knows he's got a young team, a team still developing, even though that's an ace for Korea from Lee Daeon. Great serve from her. Not moving her feet, but for the likes of Feki and Poulter and Thompson, this is all new territory for them and Courtney. It's only Dixon, Larson, who are the experienced players on court right now for the USA. It's really good. There's no better place to learn than in matches. Do all the training you want, all the drills you want, but the experience comes from matches. That is invaluable, and that is what Feki, Thompson, Courtney and Poulter are getting right now. And they're being helped along by Dixon, by Larson. Ace serve for Dixon, that's her first of the match. Just flinched out of the way of that one. As it went past her, it's landed in. Korea take the point. That's a good ball in. And then an unstoppable attack from Thompson. Already Thompson making a case for herself. You look at some of the big opposite players in the world of volleyball. Paolo Egonu for Italy. And you think, well, Thompson's not far away from that. That's not going to come back. Other big hitters in the opposite slot in the world of volley. Boskovic for Serbia. In fact, Thompson at the moment doing extremely well when you think about that, the other opposite players that the USA have got in that slot. Who haven't been been selected for this week, but that'll be Korea who will take that point. Bit of a mix-up for the USA. Michelle Barch-Hackley can play as opposite for the USA. And also their #1 opposite player, Caster Lowe, who plays in the USA 1m93. Thompson is going to be giving her a run for her money, that's for sure, sooner rather than later. Ugu with her swing through the middle. Thompson with the serve. It's the first time Thompson's been stopped. Still though, Korea got some work to do. They're 3 points behind. Perhaps the best setting option from Courtney. She's on her knees trying to set that ball to get as high as it needed to. Thompson not helping matters. Lee Dae-yong's gone for a rest. And it's a double substitution, one that we've seen throughout this match. Jeong Ji-yoon has come in, and so too is An Hee-jin. In fact, An Hee-jin hasn't come on, so there's no setter on court at the moment for Korea. Hence that ball being popped up for the middle, and Lee Ju-ah trying to put the ball in. That hasn't really worked for Korea, not having a setter on court. I'm quite sure who to have the ball. They lose the point. An Hee-jin comes in now. Bugu with the serve. A bit too wide in the block, that allowed Korea to go cross court. Korean fans happy because they're on the big screen. And also because they get to see their team the next 3 days playing here in the USA. Normal business resumed. Just a little bit congested on that side. And so we head into the technical timeout, the second technical timeout. USA leading by 5 points and leading by 2 sets to 1.
Let's hear a good Lincoln version of
Okay, listen up. If they're running true row 2, that means 22 is running red.
Then if sometimes he's one step far from the net is not a problem, but much more on the center. As we can attack, we must take some risk. We must take a risk.
Let's go, Bart.
Say no. Try this ball that you are good in setting. Try this ball that you go and try to attack strong. Try to take a risk.
Laverini wants Korea to take risks in attack, not hit safe. Jordan Thompson, 6 points for her. Came on towards the end of the last set, stayed on for this set. Just 22 years of age. This is her first year of international volleyball at senior level. This wipe off Blokag, as it's known. Dixon with a solid slide behind. Very nice set, Poulter showing that even though she's a youngster, 21 years of age, not overawed by the occasion. In fact, all four of the junior players on court have played extremely well. And it's a monster block for Poulter. Carly Loyne is the veteran setter, but hasn't had a look in this match. Poulter has done a fine job.
There is no moment. It's enough that we serve 2 times easy like this. They have the ball in the hand and they score every time. We must take risks from the beginning to the end of the match. From the beginning to the end.
That last sentence was the salient point in that timeout. We must take risks from beginning to end. So that's what he's saying. The sentence before that of 2 things that they've done are very unhelpful because they are things that have happened. Saying, oh, we served this, we've done that. But that's not, you can't live in the past when you're playing volleyball. It has to be, what do we need to do now? Which is, we need to take some risks. So maybe there'd have been an opportunity to get another sentence in about something else they could be doing. But it's very much a cultural thing. Oh, what a swing from Thompson. That's an absolute belter. That is the super spike of super spikes in this match. Dixon dragging the outside blocker to the pin. That opened up the gap for Thompson to go inside. That was a fantastic swing. Korea reversed their double substitution. Lee Dae-young is on, and so too is Kim Hee-jin. They've forgone the option of having 3 front court attackers because it's not been working. Chase for Thompson. Net touch by Larson. Just that simple, and that's how simple volleyball can be. You've got a player who's hot, who's hitting well, who's not getting stopped, just keep setting her the ball. And right now, Poulter is doing exactly that. Nice up by Feki. Oh, brilliant athleticism from Abugu, because she was off the net, she had to arch her back, but still able to get up and swing hard at the volleyball. Put it on the floor. USA are just 4 points away now from victory. That one's landed in. A little bit of misdirection from Korea. And a gap in the block, got the ball on the floor, now they can have a serve. Chance here for Korea. Good dig by Feki. Oh, that's a great dig from Lee De-Jong. Another good dig from Courtney. That's a bit tight to the net, but well kept in play by Abogu. Free ball now for Korea. 3 front court attackers. Kim Hee-jin decides to tip, and it works. Korea working so hard to get this point. USA did their part. Interesting why Courtney came in with one hand to play that. Wishing they actually had. It's like she's walking up an invisible staircase. Just keeps rising and rising. 2.8 meters, 15 points. And the USA are 3 away from victory. Make that 2 away from victory. Good touch from Poulter. It's so easy not to bother, given the situation that the USA find themselves in. Big lead, close to victory. It shows Poulter not looking at the scoreboard, just focusing on the fact ball's in play, trying to keep it in play. To serve. USA looking for side out to bring up match point. They're going to do it. They're going to have to do it from block defense now. And they're unable to do so. Fabulous swing from Kang So-hui. It's just getting better and better for Thompson. She hit some crackers on the right side of court. She's hit an absolutely fantastic shot here on the left. Another super spike from her. It's match ball now for the USA. A few oohs and groans around the arena as that one doesn't make it over. 6 opportunities for the USA inside out to win this match. Kim Hee-jin with the serve for Korea. Feki for the match. Oh, good dig from Poulter. Kept in play by Korea. Another good dig from Poulter. No double called. Larson can't find the floor. Oh, it's still in play. Feki again having the swing, but now surely a good opportunity here. Free ball for the USA. Feki, no, not going to happen. Might now, though, does happen now. And the ball goes down, put away brilliantly by Abogu. That gives her her 16th point, but more importantly, it gives USA the match. They take the set 25-18. They have beaten Korea by 3 sets to 1. A brilliant start by Korea in this match, completely catching the USA by surprise, taking the set 25-19. Then USA got their act together, got their house in order, and were too good for Korea. Credit Korea in set 3, where they led 8-7 and then 16-15. got it to 20-all, but it was the USA who prevailed, turning it around at 22-all and to 23-22, and then going on to take that set 25-22. Kim Young-kung, the captain, started the first set for Korea but didn't play the rest of the match. No word as to whether or not she might have an injury or just being rested. But it's just the start that the USA wanted here in front of the home fans in Lincoln, Nebraska. Game 1 of 3 in week 3 of the VNL, and it's the USA who have beaten Korea. They will be taking on Germany next, and they will finish the series here in Nebraska by playing Brazil. Germany have been the surprise package with their victory over Brazil, 3-2. You didn't get to see that one. And you have got the Volleyball Nations League app. You can watch that one next. This is match point once again. It went on for a while. Becky had a first go, unable to put it on the floor. So we got dug. Thompson not in a good position, just got the ball in play. And then eventually it came to a good piece of individual skill from Abugu to put the ball on the floor and get the job done. 25-18. And a sigh of relief for the USA having got the job done. These are the stats from the match. 56-49 in terms of attacks, 6 blocks each in the end. But it was the USA who got the job done. Well, that concludes the volleyball here from Nebraska. We hope you've enjoyed it. 2 more days of volleyball to come. But for now, though, from all of us here, it's time to say goodbye. Thanks for being part of the game.